Hi guys, YSO256 here, back with another video. And today, we're returning back to the timeline where the Night Titan Fanos is in Dragon Ball. So, let's begin. Where we last left off, Fanos has summoned his most loyal henchmen to the battlefield in order to fight the Z-Fighters. The Z-Fighters had then been killed, just like the original timeline, and Goku had then body slammed Nappa to the ground, breaking his spine. We then left off with Fanos teleporting himself, his Black Order members, and a wounded Nappa back to Frieza Planet 79, which is where our story continues today. So, without further ado, let's begin. We begin things a couple of days after the battle on Earth has concluded, and on Frieza Planet 79, Nappa is taken to a healing pod to tend to his injuries, whilst Fanos is in a deep conversation with the tyrant Frieza. My lord, I fear the Prince Vegeta plans to betray you and seek the Nanekian wish-offs for his own selfish desires. Frieza simply shakes this off with little consideration for this. He doesn't fear Vegeta. He then orders Fanos to go to Namek alongside Zarbon the Dodoria in order to gain the Dragon Balls so he can wish for immortality. A little while later, Fanos gathers his Black Order members and a healed up Nappa, and then alongside Zarbon the Dodoria, they all teleport to Namek thanks to the aid of the Space Stone. A little bit of time passes, and Vegeta eventually arrives on the planet, collapses to the ground as he's bloody and bruised up from his battle on Earth with Goku and the other Z-Fighters. He's then taken to Frieza by a couple of his henchmen and is tortured by the Emperor for a very long time. But he doesn't kill the Saiyan. He simply spits in his face and stares at him in disgust. I should give you one last chance to serve me, you pathetic monkey. I want you to go to Namek and aid the others in getting the Dragon Balls for my wish of immortality. Do a good job, Nunky, and you'll get to live when this is all over. Now, go get healed up. You're going to need your strength for Namek. And with one simple flick of his tail, Frieza knocks the prince to the ground, rendering him unconscious. Vegeta is then taken to a healing pod by a couple of soldiers, and time then passes as he heals up from his injuries. A couple of days later, Vegeta is about to head off to Namek, but is then halted by Frieza and is given a new scouter, but he's given the condition that he must keep it on at all times. Tying it off would mean that he's betrayed Frieza, and the tyrant would then come and kill the prince personally. Vegeta pretends to agree to this, and then gets in his space pod, heading off to Namek. Qui is then ordered by Frieza to follow Vegeta, just like the original timeline, and we then fast forward back to Namek. Zarbon Dodoria, Fanos, the Black Order members, and Nappa are looking for the other Dragon Balls. They'd already gathered 3, you see, when all of a sudden Nappa turns to Fanos and asks a question. Say, Fanos, what are you gonna wish for with the Dragon Balls? But before Fanos can answer his question, Zarbon interrupts and laughs. What was this monkey thinking, he thought? You pathetic monkey. We don't get any of these wishes. The wish is going to be for Lord Frieza, so he can gain immortality and rule this universe forever. Fanos simply turns to Zarbon and smirks. Is that what you think, Zarbon? Then, without any warning, as quick as a flash, he flies towards the 2 aides of Frieza and grabs them around the necks, squeezing tightly. I don't think Frieza is going to need either of you for any longer. I'm going to get the Dragon Balls and wish to be able to kill Frieza. He then kills the 2 aides of the tyrant with ease and turns back to Nappa as if nothing had happened, and then begins to answer his question. You see, Nappa, I plan to use the Dragon Balls to wish for strength. Enough strength to kill Frieza, so that we can do as we please and seek out our own destinies. travel throughout this universe and rule it as our own. Nappa agrees to that, and they then carry on looking for the rest of the Dragon Balls. Time then passes, and Vegeta then arrives on Namek, kills Kui like the original, and then begins to look for the Dragon Balls, to begin his own selfish desires of getting immortality for himself, so that he could maybe kill Frieza, and maybe get one end upon Fanos. He never liked him, that one. But before he can begin looking for any of the Dragon Balls, he turns around, and a little distance away, he can see on the ground the corpses of both Zarbon and Dodoria. He's confused though. These two? Frieza's left and right hand then? His best aides? They were dead? Who had done this, he thought? Couldn't have been the Namekians, surely. No, these slugs weren't strong enough, were they? Had it been Fanos? Vegeta tries to process these thoughts, but before he can do so, he's interrupted by an individual who he knows very well. This person then takes a fighting stance and speaks out to the prince. Vegeta, you tried to kill me on Earth. I finally had enough of all your patheticness, you stupid little prince. I'm tired of you trying to tell me what to do. It's time for me to get revenge for all these years of doing what you say. And that is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So guys, what do you think is going to happen now that Vegeta is on the planet? And do you think he's strong enough to take on both Fanos and Nappa? I'm afraid you're just going to wait till next time to find out. But as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video.